Welcome back to our off-grid home in Vermont, where spring is in full swing and the bluebird eggs have hatched and Mom and Dad are very busy feeding the babies. Well, this gap in the wall is about to go away, and look what Charles did off camera. Framed out the vanity for the bathroom sink.
So the cabinets in here are getting done unconventionally. Usually you either make or buy modular cabinets and you install them as a whole unit. But I'm going to actually stick frame the cabinets. So I put a frame together using 2x4s, and then I will put a bottom in using 3/4 plywood and a back to cover all the plumbing, just using the 1/8 inch plywood of some sort, maybe a 1/4 inch. And then I can put the vanity top and sink in and get all that ready to go. And I can come back and put cabinet faces on the front and build my doors. So I'm just putting it all together in place rather than building a unit and installing it later. Oh no! Did I mismeasure? An inch longer. I did. It'll be tough to get back out now.
Oh no.
Now it's just trimming out the skylight and we'll be done with the woodwork in here, except for the cabinet.
These white oaks were the very last trees to put out their leaves in the spring. They were waiting until it was comfortably warm outside, the solid middle of May, before they put out any leaves at all. And then right after they did, we had a late freeze and they got hit pretty hard. I'm showing you this so you can appreciate how lucky we are that our baby birds on the property are doing okay so far. starting to look like a bathroom in here.
Yeah, shouldn't take too long to get it done once we have everything.
If you're wondering what those bluebird babies look like inside the box, so were we. And eventually, I tried putting a trail camera in front of the box when I thought they were pretty close to getting ready to leave the nest. And although it wasn't sensitive enough to actually capture the moment that they left the box, we did get a few pictures of the babies peeking out of the box right before they were ready to leave, and they are the cutest things ever. What's that you're making there, Charles?
It's a piece of wood.
A piece of wood.
Piece of wood.
Looks like a very special piece of wood.
I just put notches in it so it would make a... I'm just making a stand for a expansion tank.
Of course, I did have to ask Charles, what exactly is an expansion tank?
Means as water heats up, it expands, and instead of breaking a line, it'll push into a tank.
What you doing today, Charles?
Working. I'm working on framing our lower cabinets.
How are you doing that, Charles?
With my hands and a saw and a nail gun.
Good afternoon. It is a beautiful May day here in Vermont, and Charles is inside the yurt framing up the kitchen cabinets. And he's building them in place, just like he did in the bathroom.
All that lumber we used on our janky mudroom, it's all getting repurposed third time.
Nice. We have been having so much fun watching our birds nesting on the property this year. But it turns out that birds are not the only ones making nests at this time in the spring. One evening during dinner, we were watching out the window of the RV, and this little prairie vole was building her nest, going back and forth between the nesting material and her entry hole into her burrow. And she was a little bit camera shy, but we did manage to get some pictures of her after setting up the camera and walking away. This was a good month for viewing wildlife around the property. I was actually on the public land next to our property looking for frogs one night when I came upon this young porcupine. Don't worry, porcupine. You're pretty high up in that tree. I couldn't reach you even if I wanted to. Which I don't. Are you going to get in there? Good morning. I've been away at training camp for my summer job, and Charles has gotten a few things done in the meantime. He's put a couple coats of finish on the beautiful butcher block countertop for the bathroom.
So I've got the bathroom vanity top all finished. It's a butcher block oil finish. Gives it a nice sheen. And I'm getting ready to install the sink in it now.
So this is the underside of the sink you're looking at now, and Charles is working with the under-the-counter sink that we bought for $30 at a reclaimed building materials store. It has turned out to be quite a lot of work for him, as he had to make that perfect hole in the butcher block table that we're turning into our countertop here. I'll link to that video in case you missed it. But he's almost done with the sink and ready to move on to the rest of the bathroom, which should be functional in a few weeks.
Now that the sink is in, I need to install the faucet. And that's a lot easier to do out here when the vanity top is out than trying to crawl in under the vanity to do it. So I'm going to stick that in, and I'll probably put the drain in the sink as well. And hopefully I'll be able to lift all this in on top of the vanity. Here we go. Okay. So are those hoses going over that?
No.
Whoa. Got it. Well, I should have valves, shut-off valves here any day, and I'll finish that. And then I got to put the drain on, and the sink will be ready to use.
Woohoo!